Hi, good evening everyone, and I hope you're having a super amazing day today. And as you're stepping into this evening, today the reason why I've come on live is that I've just finished doing a webinar with a company. And this is something which is so alive for me that we have been through very, very difficult moments in the past couple of months. So which has been concern around our own health, around family, having to stay in close proximity with people. What began with a feeling that we are finally going to get to spend a lot of time with people whom we love to before, eventually it also became difficult because it meant dealing with people and dealing with our differences constantly. I've had a lot of people who've come onto a coaching call with me and said, why does this person behave like that? It's so difficult only if there was a little bit of change. And yet nothing really changes. Because remember, at the end of the day, people only change when they want to change. So when we want people to be different, we want to fix them and we want them to change. And when people don't change or not the way we want them to be, normally we experience two very, very powerful emotions. One is that of anger, and anger of why people are not in the way you would like them to be. And eventually this anger, over a period of time, it festers within and turns into resentment. So even when you just look at the person, you start feeling the resentment bubbling inside of you. Does that happen? No words are necessary. It's just the feeling with the individual starts creating that. Or the second feeling could be that of helplessness. Helplessness that I can't change another person. And eventually the helplessness becomes such a deep level of sadness that it makes you feel resigned and numb in the relationship. So I have seen that normally there can be a lot of anger, a lot of helplessness when people are not the way we want them to be. Because remember, we are most comfortable with those people who are like us. But inevitably, we are most effective with people who are different from us. One of the most important skills that we all need to learn, and that's something that I focus on all the time, is our ability to understand personalities, our ability to understand ourselves. Who are we as individuals? What is it that triggers us? What are our expectations? How do we want people to be? When are we our best self? So really being able to understand ourselves completely, that's the beginning point. And second is to be able to understand the universe of people around us, people whom we relate to, and the fact that they are very, very different from who we are. And that's okay. So we need to be able to work with differences and not judge them. And that's the beginning point of healthy relationships. That's the beginning point when we start dissolving the anger, the resentment and helplessness, and we start to operate from a space of creation, from the space of celebrating these differences that we have with people. So I believe that this is one of the most important investments and learning opportunities that we all need to take, which is to discover ourselves and to discover people around us. Because remember that the journey truly is moving from judgment to a deep level of acceptance and appreciation of people around us. Keeping this in mind, Shashank and I have put together a 2-hour, very, very powerful session on Saturday, which is about communicating despite differences. And we use an international assessment, a tool which is called Psychogeometrics. Shashank and I are the owners of this tool for India. One of the most powerful methods of understanding yourself and people, and also learning how to communicate despite all the differences. So we would love to have you, doesn't matter which part of the world that you are in, but this is the time to really get together as a group and to learn how can we accept each other and ourselves and communicate despite all differences. So do join us if you have the time, and meanwhile Remember that every time you're with people and if you find yourself judging them, see if you can move to a more space of acceptance, knowing that people are different and it's okay to be different. So have a wonderful, wonderful evening, and I hope to see you soon online or any other platform to be able to share more information and tools with you. Thank you.